Hey, what's up, guys? Jamie here. Look, I was going to do a big fancy intro, all that type of stuff, but I'm just going to cut straight to it. This video is all about some of the things that I see very prevalent in our industry in the high ticket affiliate marketing space that are very detrimental to your ongoing success as both an affiliate marketer. Also, if you end up venturing off into your own programs and coaching, all that type of stuff, it's probably going to be a few things there that are going to hold you back unless you address these issues. Something I see is very prevalent. Before I get into that, though, for those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Jamie. I'm a full-time affiliate marketer, also a coach for a program. Got well over 660 students absolutely crushing it with their affiliate marketing business. We focus on the fundamentals of sales, marketing, offer creation, all that fun stuff. And I'm very fortunate to have won the ClickFunnels 2 Common Club Award, which you can see behind me there, for clocking over $1 million on that funnel earlier this year in 2021. So pretty cool stuff. If you're interested in keeping up to date with all that stuff, this is a very no frills channel. I concentrate mainly on the fundamentals of all that stuff that I mentioned and really just express the last 10 years that I've been online and doing this stuff. So if that's of interest, hit the subscribe button, smash that bell icon, and for everyone else that is already seeing that stuff, welcome and thank you for joining me once again. Right. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a story, and this is kind of what prompted me to record this video today. So, in recent times, a friend of mine has sadly passed away, and it was a bit of a shock. I don't really know the specific details at this stage. He was a relatively young person, family, and all that type of stuff, and so. It's been shocking, and I'm sort of emotionally a little bit numb about it, to be quite frank. And so that happened to coincide with catching up with a very good friend of mine recently, and we ended up having a substantial amount of wine to both commiserate the passing of our friend, and then also to celebrate the end of her working career. And so, which is kind of cool. I was very, very happy for her. So, anyway, all that being said, is I suddenly clicked very late at night after I'd had copious amounts of wine. I'm not suggesting you get into drinking either, kids. Don't do that. But then when I woke up in the morning, I realized, hang on, this is not the best idea I've ever had. Here I am, extremely hungover, and I'm all emotionally vulnerable and discombobulated and all that type of stuff. And I've got to jump on a sales call, and I've got to be all like happy-go-lucky and try and take someone down the process of actually seeing if they're the right fit for my coaching offer and all that type of stuff. And so I thought, okay, well, this is going to be really interesting. Anyway, all that being said, I jump on this call, and here's the key. I'm going to circle back around to this in a moment, but the key to it was I didn't have any expectations. I was like, oh my god, I don't think this person's going to even rock up. They did actually show up, much to my surprise. And then when I was on the call and I was all hungover and I was like, I say, my thoughts were all over the place. I was kind of in a strange frame of mind at the time. I was like, hey, so I don't know if you like affiliate marketing or whatever, but if you do and you are interested in doing this stuff, I could probably help you out. Just like help a whole bunch of other people or like whatever. And anyway, so because I had no expectations and I thought I did absolutely rubbish, so maybe I did have expectations, but I did absolutely what I would think is a rubbish sales pitch. Basically, if there was a sales trainer that was watching over my shoulder, they would just be going, "Oh my god, who is this guy? I can't believe he sold anything. What the hell is wrong with this guy?" But the crazy thing was, this person paid me a substantial amount of money a little bit later on in the day. So this is perfect. It's exactly what I need, and I just need to run it past my other half, make sure I get the green light, and then we're good to go. And I thought, oh yeah, whatever. I'll see. If that drops, it drops. Whatever, no worries. And sure enough, the sale was made. Okay. So the takeaway is, when you place expectations on things, you end up repelling them a lot of the time because it becomes a fear-based transaction. You end up putting all this fear on that expectation. Oh no, what if it doesn't happen? What if it doesn't? What if I'm not as good? What if I'm practicing my script and what happens if I say the wrong word? Oh gosh, what's going to happen? And so because of that, the fear often manifests. So when you have expectations on things, especially when it comes to sales and the accumulation of money and things like that, you end up bloody repelling it. So don't do that. And a lot of you guys will be going, okay, it sounds great, Jamie, but it's easy to say that, but how do you just switch that stuff off? And so the key to that one is you focus on the abundance. abundance that's out there, the opportunity. This was highlighted for me today because we had our weekly coaching session for the Super Affiliate Accelerator. There's a link below if you want to jump into my group, and I'll reach out to you, see if that's of interest and see if it might be the right fit for you. But this came about because someone said that the monthly users of Facebook are now over 2 billion people. I thought that is absolutely insane a number to contemplate. And so when people start thinking, oh, well, there's not enough fish in the sea, and there's not enough opportunity for me, little old me, or whatever, fuck that. Like, go and reflect on having over 2 billion people on a singular platform. Like, it is phenomenal. There is so much opportunity out there. And when you're focusing on that level of opportunity, it puts you in a very abundant state. And it allows you to disconnect from the expectation of needing the sale to drop. Because you realize it doesn't actually fucking matter. If it doesn't drop, it's completely fine. If this person doesn't like you, it's completely fine. There's plenty more opportunities out there. In fact, sometimes polarity is good within your audience, right? So that's how you do it. You focus on the volume that's out there. And if you're not giving yourself the right amount of people coming into your pipeline, the right amount of people that are approaching you, then that's on you. You've got an obligation for your business and for your dreams and your goals, everything that you've set aside, to go out there and find these people that you can help and you can serve, that are just like you, that have gone through experiences just like you, that are about to face challenges just like you have as well. And even if you're brand new and you're thinking, oh, well, I mean, it's easy to say for you to say, and blah, blah, blah. I get it. I went bankrupt. I get financial turmoil, get all that shit. I've been through it. And I don't say that out of a place of like, oh, I've crawled through the mud and here I am on the other side. But it is just to make you aware that there is a pathway that a lot of us have been through, and it does get better. But making sure that you do have the capacity to focus on that abundance and that opportunity allows more opportunity to show itself as well, because you start focusing on that, right? So, what do we got here? Number 2 is, I'm gonna say this one in a very broad sense: self-sabotage. And this tends to pop up a lot. And the ones that I've seen, the way that I've seen it pop up for people are things like, well, I had someone that I was talking to the other day, and they seem to like me. Good on you. They seem to like my content because you put a lot of thought and time into content. And they were asking about how I can help them out, or my coaching, or my blah, blah, blah. And then I didn't have my offer finalized, so I didn't do anything with it. That is like, it doesn't matter. Like, throw something in front of someone. They are asking for your help. Put something in front of them that can serve them. If you've got a product that you believe in, and you bring that to them, and your offer is wrapped in front of that in the form of like a gift wrapping, so to speak, which is just highlighting the benefits of that product or that offer, whatever it is, that is all you need. We always start with what we call an MVO, or a MOVO in my case, because I can't spell. MVO, minimum viable offer. How's the iambic pentameter on that one? Anyway, MVO, minimum viable offer. So you start there, and that's it's even in the word minimum, minimal, maybe it is, whatever it is, right? Same, doesn't matter. It's the starting point. It doesn't matter. Stop self-sabotaging. What else can you do? What else do people do as a habit out there when it comes to this stuff? Another one is not asking for the sale. But this is technically under the self-sabotage banner, I would put it. Again, what's that about? What if they say no? What if I look silly? What if they say yes? How scary is that? Oh, then I have to do something. Then they have to do something. Then there's expectations on me. Who cares? Like the thing that, if you are experiencing self-sabotage, number one is try and work out where in your history it derives from. What part of your life have you built up to the point where you don't feel deserving of having that exchange? And remember, when you are self-sabotaging, guess what? You are being selfish. Because if you are more giving, then you might see that maybe, just maybe, that this person on the other side of that transaction, who sometimes is pretty much doing everything they can to try and give you cash, hey, I need some help. I'm willing to pay for it, whatever it is. I've seen inboxes where people are like, hey, I've got this much to invest, and I think you are awesome, and I really like your content, and I want some help. And people still don't sell to them, right? But if you're doing that, then you're being selfish because you're not actually even trying to help that person out. Maybe they happen to be the next super affiliate that comes out of this program. Maybe they have some sort of epiphany by going through this thing that you've got, which is going to help them out with their mindset. Maybe their health improves because of the weight loss program that you're promoting. Maybe their relationships become better and they become a better father figure or a better husband or a better wife or whatever, right? Because you've got this opportunity for them and you've shown them the way. So don't do that. Don't self-sabotage because yeah, it hurts you, but you never know who else it's hurting in your audience as well. Maybe, just maybe, you're basically stopping them from achieving something as a result of that. Um, what else? Self-sabotage comes in all forms. And sorry, I'm just kind of spitballing random stuff here. Like I say, I'm not in a kind of weird mood at the moment. But another one is, and this is comes back to encompassing all these, but self-worth. Because a lot of the time when we're in some sort of sales environment, it pops up all this emotional stuff for us, and it's like I don't feel worthy of asking for that size of money from someone. Like I feel a little bit funny because if something happens too easy, then a lot of the time people are like, "Where's my foot so I can put a hole in it, like shoot it?" Like they think, "No, I don't deserve that because I haven't worked for 85 hours, which is what I would need to work normally to do the thing." Give you guys a case in point. There's a sale I made recently, it was a 5K coaching student, and the same thing. Technically, I would have spent maybe 40 minutes on the sale. Now, of course, I have to fulfill on the other side of that. I'm not saying that that doesn't exist, but the point that I'm trying to make is that if I was to attach an hourly rate to that, like, oh, well, I've only worked for around about 40 minutes. And then all of a sudden they came into my world, sent a couple of messages, bang, 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 bang. Hey, here's a Google Doc that I did earlier. So actually, I suppose if it was only a one person thing, then, the time would be a lot more, but I was sending it to quite a few people now. And then, quick chat and they bought. But if I had looked at the hourly rate and I had attached a sense of self-worth to the hourly rate behind that, then nothing would have happened. I wouldn't have even. Oh no, it's probably not for you because of the thing. So you've got to get out of your own way. Got to stop throwing out the self-sabotage. It's really detrimental. Right. What else do we see? Like I say, I'm really just spitballing. Um, what else? What else do I see? There's a lot of things out there. Expectations. I think self-sabotage is probably the biggest one that I have noticed, to be honest. Um, Here's one: not doing the actual work. Right. So this one, fuck, it hurts. It hurts to see this manifest because people overthink everything. Like, and there's entire programs where they can go step by step through that. And I know I'm oversimplifying. I know that the people that are watching this at this point, you're going, "Jamie, for fuck's sake, mate! Like, it's not that easy. Like, you've got to do the thing, and you've got to create content, and you've got to be dynamic with that and all that stuff." Yes, I get that. I'm doing it every day. Like, I get that, but I still do the work every day as well. But what people tend to do is they will do everything but the actual work. They will feel that they have a sense of entitlement, so they don't feel that they feel it's beneath them to reach out to people in Messenger. They want the easy way. They just want to cherry pick the best leads, the buyer leads. I was watching some Dan Kennedy recently, one of the OGs of marketing. He was saying that over the last 30 years, one of his primary habits that he's developed is every single day without fail, he will do something that helps feed his pipeline. And because he's a bit of a dinosaur, old Dan, and so don't show him this video, by the way. Don't tell him I said that. But he still uses faxes. This is 2021, and this video was from a few years back. But he still uses faxes. Doesn't have email. He doesn't, all that type of stuff. He still uses faxes. So for him, he might send a fax to, one of his former clients, or perhaps someone that he might want to do business with, things like that. And so even he, at that level, is still technically messaging people. He's still following up with people, still manually doing things to help build his business. And the luxury for this guy now, he probably doesn't need to do that anymore, but the luxury for him now is he's usually too busy to accept work, which means, guess what? He has created a vacuum where supply and demand means that there's a lot of supply for him and there's limited amounts of Dan Kennedy. So he either replicates what he's doing in the form of teams and systems and products and digital products, things like that, which means he can leverage that, or he raises his prices because people are prepared to pay just to be around him, to get into his inner circles, to get into his his coaching offices, all that type of stuff, his masterminds, etc., because he has manufactured that over time. The problem with us in general terms, people that are on the first couple of rungs of the ladder of internet marketing and stuff like that, we don't have the luxury of that. We don't have the luxury of just stepping away and living a laptop lifestyle and doing all that stuff, especially if you're in organic marketing. Maybe if you've got ads running and stuff like that, you've got some sort of automated marketing system, perhaps. But even then, you still need to somehow manufacture your own scarcity. And that's another topic for another time, I guess. But a lot of people they're not doing the actual work. They will create a dozen spreadsheets rather than just messaging 5 to 10 people. They will spend an hour and a half on a piece of content instead of just going out there and making an offer to someone, following up with someone that could do business with them. Do the actual work. Just do it. Don't overthink it. Which brings me to my next point. Where are we? How do you work these bloody things? I don't know. There we go. 4. I'm going to capitalize this so you know I'm serious. Overthinking. Which technically I know I sort of started mentioning that in the previous one, but overthinking is it's crazy. Like, the key thing I really want to hammer home at this point is think of what the worst case scenarios are, get absolutely comfortable with them because they're the worst case scenario. And when you are comfortable with those worst case scenarios, it removes an element of fear. So that element of fear that disappears means that you can take more action towards your goals. Rather than thinking, oh, well, is this the right thing? What happens if there's a spelling mistake? And what if they don't like me? And what if they do like me? What if they buy? Oh, gosh. What if they don't buy? What if the sales angle that I'm trying doesn't work? Who gives a shit? Give it a shot. See what happens. The only thing that is going to prevent you from success is yourself. Like if you've jumped into programs, you've done all the stuff, you are the one that's holding you back. That's the key thing. Which brings me to the next point of overthinking, which is coined by Gary Halbert, and it is motion. Oops, there we go. Motion. Prompts or beats. Let's say beats. What is it? Does anybody call that stuff? Meditation. Motion beats meditation. It's a Gary Halbert thing. Pretty sure it's Gary Halbert. Don't quote me on that. But if you do quote me, then and you want to correct me, it's fine. Just drop it in the comments. But motion beats meditation every time. And so if you think about the time that you spend thinking about things, I'm not saying don't spend time to analyze, to contemplate your next business move, to think about things that are going to grow your business, to think about things that are going to serve your clientele, things like that. I don't mean don't do that. What I'm saying is that a lot of people get so stuck in this idea of like, oh, is this the right thing? Should I be doing this? And because it feels uncomfortable and we inherently want to stick within our comfort zones, we don't keep pushing beyond that sense of discomfort until it's something that we realize is actually bloody working. And so a lot of time we let the blanket of fear engross us, or whatever that's called, engross. Let's go with that, whatever. So then we don't end up doing anything at all. You know, a lot of the time we revert back to not doing anything because we're pushing our comfort zones and it feels uncomfortable and it's not manifesting at the speed in which we want. And so therefore we get frustrated and then we think there's something wrong with us or there's something wrong with the system we're doing or the process or whatever. And so we go back to the meditational state, which is just, how can I, what if I can do this thing? I should probably get back into that. It's everywhere in our lives. You know, stop going to the gym for a week and it's freaking hard to get back into it. You know, you eat right for Monday to Friday and the weekend comes and you go kind of crazy, right? Like it manifests everywhere, not just in business, but it is more prevalent in my space, at least anyway, in terms of affiliate marketing and whatnot. And I see it play out all the time as people just kind of get trapped by fear. But of what? Like there is nothing there. Nothing can hurt you. Make friends with the worst case scenarios, which are, let's say, if going back to Facebook organic marketing for a while, let's say the worst case scenarios are you reach out to someone, they block you. That's quite bad. Not the worst thing that's happened. It's probably better that they block me than just were really rude. So I can cope with that. They say some rude stuff in Messenger. Oh, well, you know, each to their own. Again, going back to the top, abundance, focus on the opportunity, get rid of them, focus on who you can serve. And the wonderful people that probably are already in your audience or that you can build into your audience over time that you can serve, that you like, that you know, and that you trust, and vice versa, right? So the other thing is they might say yes, right? So that's another option. And then, last but not least, the more common one is they're going to ghost you. They're not going to respond. So if those are the worst case scenarios, and if you want to get like really extreme, the worst case scenario is they hack into your computer, they steal your identity, they mask and parade around as you, and then go and pretend that they're you in some other place, right? So that if that's the worst, very low probability. The rest of it, you know, just don't overthink it. Same with, you know, content. There's a dude that I'm connected with on Facebook, and he must have been distracted or something. And because you can't change your Facebook group name, sorry, every 28 days you're able to change it. And so for 28 days, he had something like, I don't know, it was something like ridiculous and had like a big chunky spelling mistake that just actually made 0 sense whatsoever. But he had hit the save button and that was his group name. And so it became a joke and he made a joke. And that's the worst case scenario. Everyone jokes about it because it was stupid. But you know, if you can get over that, that's key element to it, right? Anyway, I've been rambling on long enough. I'm going to hit the old stop button right about here, but there's probably a whole bunch of them. But like I say, this is really just me spitballing for a little bit there. So all that being said, for those of you that are still with me, I appreciate it. Sorry for the big rant. For those of you that are new to the channel, please stay. I'm usually a lot more positive than this. But drop any comments below. Let me know what you think. And other than that, yeah, see you guys in the next one.